Welcome back to Jamie Reviews. I am Jameson Michael, and today we're here to give the people what they want. And what do they want? Well, they want to know if the HOKA Carbon Rocket is the real deal. So to help your boy out, I had to call up one of the top elite joggers amongst the squad. Vinny Ray decided to hold it down to see if this top-of-the-line HOKA racing shoe can compete with those other shoes with carbon plates. You know, that really popular one. So the upper uses an engineered mesh that defines the idea of no nonsense. It's an open-styled mesh that provides a good lockdown with minimal overlays. It's a fairly boring setup, but it hits the main marks of what you would want in the upper. Vinny Ray found the fit to be true to size and breathable. I found the fit to be similar to that of the Clifton 5, meaning the fit just wasn't as wide as I would like. The upper does have a bit of give, but it wasn't quite enough for me to feel comfortable the whole time. The rest of the upper worked as it should. The tongue laid flat against the foot, the laces didn't cause any pressure against our feet, the heel contour was sturdier compared to some of the other racing flats out there, so we think that most will be fine with this shoe being secure. And this is a racing shoe, so in this case, less is more. There's not much going on with the upper, and we're okay with that. In the midsole, you have the HOKA VAPORFLY EVA setup. Now we can get into how the shoe is cushioned in the heel and responsive in the midfoot, but that will be the same generic description of 90% of the shoes out there. As far as how it felt, we think it provided a much more firmer ride compared to what most HOKA'S have. I wouldn't call the cushioning hard, but it doesn't have as much squish that you may have come to expect in shoes such as the VAPORFLY. The shoe was still comfortable and most definitely has that propulsion feel thanks to the carbon plate integrated within the shoe. This really does add a level of spring to the toe-off that really gets you going once you get up to speed. Now this shoe rewards an efficient runner, hence why we would consider this shoe more of a higher end performance racer for those faster boys and girls who want that extra spark in their step. And you can actually see the carbon plate underneath the shoe, so that's kind of cool. You know it's actually there. On the outsole, you got a bit of rubber on the heel and a little more towards the toe. The rubber is pretty much only where the ideal heavy wear spots would be. Not a lot of rubber, but the shoe is trying to be light, in which it is. So let's just get into what you really want to know. How does this shoe compare to the VAPORFLY? And we're here to say that it most definitely does not. The only real similarity is that it's a racing flat with a carbon plate. This shoe has a much more of an engaged, controlled ride compared to the plush VAPORFLY, in which a Nike being softer than a HOKA seems kind of odd to say, but it is. And if you asked us which shoe felt faster as far as hitting a top speed, the Carbon Rocket's firmer ride just provides a better feel for going faster. Vinny Ray has run everything from a mile to a marathon, and I most definitely run less than a marathon. And she feels that this shoe would be ideal for something like a road 10K or a half marathon. The carbon plate combined with the firmer midsole may be too much for some compared to the softer, more forgiving ride of the VAPORFLY. The stability of the Carbon Rocket is all around better than the VAPORFLY. The base of this shoe is just more sturdier, and the upper is just more structured compared to the mesh or Flyknit version of the VAPORFLY. So when we compare and contrast the shoes, the VAPORFLY definitely feels lighter and softer. The Carbon Rocket is faster and more aggressive. So depending on your needs, that should tell you which model you should try. The shoe itself is great for most road racing distances. For runners who don't like wearing high drop shoes, here you go, 1mm. That's pretty much flat. If you want a shoe that works for distances less than a marathon, this would work. My only personal gripe is the toe box, being a tad narrow, and the shoe itself feels a bit heavier than some of the other racing models. The Razor 3, the VAPORFLY, the Reebok Float Right Fast or Pro, it's not heavy, it's just not super light. But the shoe is good for what it is. If it fits your needs, you'll like it. Vinny Ray gives it the go, and I'm a bit on the fence. Besides the fit, I would say that it's solid. Just don't throw away your VAPORFLYs yet, as if any of you would actually do that anyways.
Test your might.
Thanks for watching, and please be sure to let us know what your experiences in the shoe was like. And if you want to follow more of our nonsense, we have a new Instagram for our running group, the Mary Beth Arnaud Run Club. So check that out for all the behind the scenes and nonsense throughout the week from all the members. So just know you might be talking to any of us when you're trolling in the comments. Anyway, be sure to stay in school, don't do drugs, and as always, keep it tight.
Guys, I need everyone to subscribe to the channel. Please. I can barely breathe. It's cold. I'm snotting. My goodness are all fogged up. It's horrible. And please subscribe to Rachel. She's Ray Bap on Instagram, but soon to be Vinny Ray. But she won't change it because she's being stubborn. She's like, all my other friends know me as Ray Bap. Those are your old friends. We're our new friends. Welcome to the club. Alright? So, let's get here to 1,000 Instagram followers. If you want to, follow me if you haven't already. Sorry I can't talk. I'm doing this because my lips can't move. That's all I gotta say about that.
We're so close.
Okay.